Hi guys, Fernandes Lembo on the grid. What's this tout activity? Explain it to our viewers. Apparently we're just breaking it up on tout.
Yes, we're tout. No,
what's going on?
it's an app. You can watch videos, and
Right.
apparently our show is getting a lot of play on it. So,
Really? What
so
kind of
thanks for
competition
watching.
do we have?
Everyone in this building.
Probably not much. Lee Williams' gun show, probably something else. We should be on top.
You said that. I'm not making fun of the guy with the gun show.
Yeah, he'll be back down here. Actually, a lot going on the
Definitely.
local prep. So let's
Yeah.
just hit a couple of bullet items and maybe get your opinion.
Sure.
Ryan Newsel going to Appalachian State,
Yep.
great tight end for
Yeah.
Braden River, punter. You saw him play, had 26 catches for 470
Yeah.
yards. Big guy. Talk about that.
He was just, I mean, no one they played really had an answer for him in coverage. You know, he was almost like the classic video games like Tecmo Bowl, those guys like the computer couldn't stop. That's what he kind of became for them. And you're right, he was a really good punter too.
Yeah.
I mean, he played a big role in that team, and he's going there with Jacob Huseman,
Right.
the quarterback. So if we'll know a week from today,
Right.
signing day is a week from today, so we'll know if those two are going to definitely be doing that. But yeah, it'd be pretty cool to see two teammates in the same college.
Now Jacob, I guess Ryan committed to App State from the very beginning.
Right.
Jacob went to FIU, committed to FIU, and now
Right.
he's changed his mind.
Yeah.
I would think it's going to be helpful when you're going to a foreign place for a college. You have an ex-teammate from high school there on board. It's going to be great.
Even if you're not an athlete, just if
Right.
you're going to college and like your roommates, one of your buddies from high school, kind of ease the process.
Right.
And obviously you're going to hope to meet new people, and if you know someone there already and they know new people, it's like kind of your network doubles. In a sense. But yeah, that should be pretty cool to see those two guys who are just a huge part of the program down here. Appalachian State had a great year last year, the first year in Division I. They won 11 games, won a bowl game their first year as a D1 program. So let's see if they can make some more history at college.
Another bullet item, might as well give props to our athlete of the week, Sarasota's Madison Pack.
Yep.
In 3 games, 66 points. Sarasota won 2 of those games. She's a 6'3" center.
Right.
I know you haven't had a chance to see her, but I saw
No,
her
I
play.
saw her play,
You
yeah.
saw her play?
The Rams
I saw
game,
her
yeah.
play last year. It seems like, obviously, she's maybe mobility is getting better, her shot's getting better. 66 points in 3 games for a 6'3" center in
Yep.
girls basketball. That's pretty good.
And she's really good from the foul line, too.
Right.
I mean, she just has a great foul shot, so you kind of want that, too. Yeah, she's definitely a big player inside. Tonight, huge game against Palmetto.
Right.
7A11 semifinal. Palmetto has some size inside as well, so we'll see. I mean, I think she's going to be a factor in that game tonight. They split in the regular season, those two
Right.
teams, so we'll see what she does against a really good Palmetto team inside tonight.
We'll get that in a second. Another
Sure.
item, we might as well elevate the Riverview Rams. They're clearly the best boys basketball team
Yeah.
in the area. They moved to 21-2 after a 50-37 win over Cape Coral Manor. Cape Coral Manor was 20-1
Right,
coming into
yeah.
that game.
Yeah.
Riverview had to come back in that game. A pretty good test for Riverview just by the record alone of Cape Coral.
Let's say this, they're playing good teams.
Right.
I mean, sometimes in high school sports you see a team's record and it's kind of hollow, you know who they're playing, but Riverview's playing some good teams. BG Ivy knows that to get to where they want to get to, you're gonna face good teams. And look, I mean, in basketball, in the regular season, only 4 or 5 games really means something to So play all the good teams you can. And use those games. Use your 25 allotted games to get yourself better and get you ready for the postseason, which next week boys basketball districts start.
And as usual, the Rams were paced by AJ and Breon,
Right.
20 and 15 respectively. So he's got a deep bench he can go to. So
Yeah.
BJ's team's looking pretty good right now.
Pretty excited to see how they'll fare in the playoffs next week.
Yep, I agree. Talk about what's happening tonight. We might as well mention this. You
Right.
mentioned your game. You got Venice taking on Lakewood Ranch.
Right.
In one of the games, you got Palmetto at Sarasota. I'll be at Alonzo at Riverview.
Right.
Tough matchup, Lakewood Ranch and Venice.
Yeah.
They're very, very tough.
Right, and I saw Lakewood Ranch this past weekend.
Right.
They played Winter Haven, top team in 7A. Ranch is second in 7A.
Right.
At the Bright House shootout at Northeast High School in St. Pete. Ranch down 18-4 in the first quarter. Took it to overtime, nearly won, lost by a point. And Tina Hadley said it best, we can play with anybody. I mean, to be down 11 points and then 14 points in the first 8 minutes and come back and make it a game and almost win it, I think huge confidence boost for the Mustangs.
Now, the game you're at, Palmetto at Sarasota.
Right.
Sarasota 19-6, 9th in 7A. Does Palmetto have a legitimate shot?
Well, yeah,
in
they
this?
beat them last time they played. Double them up, Palmetto did.
Double them up, okay.
So, yeah,
There we go.
definitely.
Sorry,
And
Palmetto.
Palmetto impressed me at the Clemens
Right.
Classic at Southeast. Like I said, they have the Rozier twins who are good inside. Tina Stevens, who's really good. This is a big game for both teams, but for Palmetto to win this, you win tonight, you're in the regionals. I mean, the semifinals are almost a little more fun than the finals.
Sure.
Because the finals, win or lose, you play again. But the semifinals tonight, it's literally, it's a cliche, but it's true. You win or you go home. So that's going to be a fun game, Palmetto Sarasota. I think it's going to be I'm happy to be covering it, and it's in that small gym at Sarasota, kind of intimate. So if you like good high school girls basketball, that's the place to be tonight.
Yeah, that game might overshadow the one I'm at. I'm at Alonzo Riverview.
Right.
They split during the regular season, so we don't really know what might happen.
And it's a 2-3 game, right? Seed-wise, right?
It is. So
Yep.
we'll be there, and you'll be there. Just mention briefly, tomorrow, 7 local schools, boys soccer regional quarterfinals. I don't know if you're in any of the coverage.
I'll be at St. Stephen's.
Just maybe, can you give us a quick, maybe who to look for among in that game
Well,
or the 7 we got
obviously
going?
Lakewood Ranch boys.
Right.
They're having a great season. Came back from behind to beat Riverview to win their district. You got to like St. Stephen's. Boys.
Always.
I mean, going for a third straight Final
Right.
Four. We'll see Riverview boys lost to Lakewood Ranch or beating them at the half. They're in a regional. So yeah, it's interesting. The girls last week, all of them but Mooney, lost in the first round.
Right.
So we'll see if the boys can, some more boys teams can make it through. But yeah, that's the thing about regional play. You run into a hot player or a hot goalie, and you're home until next year.
You were at Sarasota Christian, Bradenton Christian.
I was.
Read your game story. Seemed
Yeah.
like it was an exciting game. Great
It was,
comeback.
yeah.
They faced Bishop Keswick, which Keswick won twice during the regular
Right.
season. Just talk about that game. It was a great comeback, apparently.
It was, and like I said in my story, I was even more impressed with, Sarasota Christian's down by 13 in the first half. They come back, they're up by 11 in the third quarter, and then Bradenton Christian comes back and ties it up. And a lot of times when you mount a big comeback and the other team comes back against you, it's kind of like you're out of it. But no, they storm right back. Mackenzie Lance, it's a big free throws, which is a
Right.
good story. She hurt her knee last December and missed the remainder of the season. So she told me, I'm a senior. Didn't want my season to end yet. They're guaranteed at least 2 more games. So yeah, good win for Sarasota Christian girls. First time in 4 tries that they beat them this year too.
When those two teams play in anything, those two schools,
Right.
I mean, everybody knows everybody. It's like
Yeah.
one family playing
Right.
another family that
Yeah.
they're friends with, right?
Yeah, it's a good rivalry, and obviously it's the schools are kind of close in
Right, they are.
proximity, just Hostetler coached at Sarasota
Right.
Christian. She's now at Bradenton Christian. So yeah, it's a lot of people know each other, and Jenny Ventel has been doing the book for girls basketball at BCS for years. Everyone knows who she is, and so yeah, it's a lot of fun when those two teams play.
Biggest news probably, we're going to give props to Cardinal Mooney. Anytime you reach somewhere you've never been
Yeah.
before, they're in the regional final, beat Nemesis, Fort Myers, Bishop Verot. You talk about players coming up big in one game.
Right.
Emily Beck, goalie for Cardinal Mooney, I guess stifled Verot.
Yeah.
So great for Cardinal Mooney out there.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, they're the Trailblazers. First team in school history, girls soccer team, to reach the regional final. And you're one step away from the Final Four now. And let's see if they can keep it rolling. And, you hate to use the term gravy or,
Right, sure.
but yeah, I mean, win or lose on Friday, it's been a great year for the Cougars.
Yeah, they travel at Tampa Academy of Holy Names. Mooney only has 2 losses. Holy Names gave him one of the
Right,
losses,
yeah.
3-0. But that was so long ago. Neither team, I would think, is playing the same way as they were back then.
It's tough. You don't know what the circumstances were that night. So,
Right.
so we'll see. Unfortunately, Mooney has to travel. But it's not that far a ride. I mean, Tampa. So, we'll see what happens. Like I said, if you're Cardinal Mooney, that's kind of like, a house money game, as we
Sure.
call the other games. Let's go out, play as hard as we can, and win or lose. It's been a great year, and no one's going to forget this team. This is the first team to go to the regional final.
A team like that should come out loose. Because like you said, they're
Yeah.
playing with house money. No one kind of expected them to get this far, right?
Exactly.
What do we got coming up in the next few days that we can talk about next week on the highly touted On the Grid?
We got the Major League Football draft.
Right.
Breon Carnes, one of the guys who's put his name into that.
Sure.
And then, of course, next week we have boys basketball districts. So,
Right. And we got signing day coming up
a week from today.
week from today.
Never stops rolling.
Never stops rolling. So On the Grid, we'll keep rolling with it.
Yep.
So for John Lembo, I'm Doug Fernandez. We'll see you next week on the Grid.